All right, so my name is Russ Smoot. Frick, dude, I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, look, my name is Russ Smoot, and honestly, like, I just decided to film this today because I've been literally having an editing block in making a YouTube channel because I've filmed over the last 2 weeks, literally for like a whole morning, and then been just stumped on editing. And so this is my intro to YouTube. I figured like real raw me is probably better than like super edited and super like all chopped up. And I just want to be able to create a valuable channel where I can provide value to others and maybe have an impact on at least one person with each video I share. And if it happens to impact more people, that's awesome, and I would be stoked about that. But I've really like gotten out of the like pursuit of views state, and I've gotten more into this like, if I can impact 10 people, 15 people, 20 people with the content I release today, that's enough. And from there, maybe we grow and we get into more people and more people can be impacted. The whole thing for me in making a YouTube channel is that I just think that like, it's so valuable nowadays, and I just needed to do it. I just needed to start. I just needed to like literally film this video today and release it by the end of today so that literally like I can get started and like rip the band-aid off and be like, hey, look, it doesn't have to be a perfect video. It doesn't have to be perfectly edited. It doesn't have to be perfectly filmed. Like we can just make it, launch it, and then like eventually we'll get way better at it. But like this is that starting point for me to where like, say we're a few years from now and you're watching this, you can say, dude, this is where he started with like a real raw cut that just is just me. And hopefully with the stuff I release, we can like grow together, become better, and just like impact the world. The whole purpose behind this channel is we're gonna talk about sales. We're gonna have some motivational content in here, okay? We're gonna talk about having a good life, living the best life, and we're gonna talk about the journey to becoming wealthy, whatever that looks like. We are not there yet, and that's been my biggest obstacle in creating content, is that like, dude, I don't think I'm wealthy yet, and I might have cool stuff, I might have a cool truck, a nice house, a good family, and like there's a lot of joy and there's a lot of success in that. But like wealth, bro, like how do you measure wealth, right? I'm not there yet. I'm not a multi-millionaire, but here's the whole point. I'm going to be. And we're on that journey together. And I want to start sharing that with others so that we can do it together. We can grow together and we can learn together and become wealthy together. It's not about riches. Riches is money that we consistently spend, even if it's a lot, okay? Wealth is about freedom. Wealth is about the ability to do whatever you want, whenever you want, because you have money coming in no matter what. The whole intention for me is literally just to create value, grow together as people, become better, because like I have deep passion about becoming. Like everything I do falls back on like who I'm becoming. And if I can become better and you can become better with me and we can become better on this whole journey, like that's worth it to me. And that's why I'm doing YouTube videos. That's why I'm doing reels. That's why I'm making content, because I'm like, the better version of me can do this stuff too. The better version of me can do it all. The best version of me can do everything I've ever wanted to do. And to get there, I have to just start. I have to just start doing it. Rip the band-aid off, rip the band-aid off, rip the band-aid off. If we can share that journey and that impacts people, impacts you, impacts me, impacts people that I run into every day to become better versions of themselves and get on a path where they can have a more free life, then that's enough for me. And that's why this is like, that's why this is so valuable to me, that I'm sharing it. And I'm just like, dude, let's just cut it, make it raw, throw it out there. And if it impacts you, you share it. If it doesn't impact you, that's okay too. At some point in my life, I had the real realization, and I know a lot of people talk about this thing. A lot of people talk about what I'm about to talk about, but unless you've had the realization yourself, it's just words. But I had the realization that like, dude, we're all gonna die. Like I am going to die. And like, am I okay with that? Have I embraced that all the way? Because I don't know that we really like fully grasp that like, dude, this isn't like a forever life that we're living right now. Like we will die, it will end. There is an end to this, at least the current version of it, right? And if I'm going to die and I only have one life, how am I going to live? Like what life will I live? Am I going to be the best version of myself? Am I going to pursue the ultimate life that I could have? Or am I going to live average and then die? And at some point I realized like, that's not what I want. I don't want to live average and then die. And so I'm doing new things. I'm pursuing new things. I'm changing my life. I'm changing myself. I'm trying to have better habits. I'm reading books. I'm meditating. I'm doing all these things, making this content for people yes, to impact others, but also because, you know what? One day I will die. One day you will die, and it will be over, and you won't be able to retry, at least as far as we know, right? And we're going to get to the point where we're going to look back and say, I should have done that. And someday I don't want to say, hey, I should have actually started a YouTube channel. I should have actually started doing reels. I should have actually been consistent with this stuff. I should have been more disciplined with making content. I should have pursued impact on others before views. I should have just done it and not worried about it. Like, that's what I don't want. I don't want to be 80 years old saying, I could have, but I didn't. The last thing I want to share though is just that, you know, at some point 10 years ago, I got into sales. And when I got into sales, I was decent, but not the best. And I spent 4 or 5 years kind of dabbling in sales, honestly. Dabbling, not like pursuing it like all in, more like, hey, this works, like I can do it, so it's cool. And I got super into CrossFit. I started working out heavily. And I got to this point where it was like, kind of like, what am I gonna do with my life? You know, I was like almost obsessed with working out to the point that I wasn't selling like I should. And I had this little whiteboard. And on this whiteboard, I had written workouts, and I had even drawn a guy like lifting a barbell, like hitting a power clean or something, or maybe a snatch or whatever. I drew a guy that was hitting a lift, right? And that had a bunch of workouts written on this whiteboard. And the day came for me that I realized, like, this is not getting me anywhere. And I erased the whiteboard that day. And I had this deep realization, and there's a reason for what I'm about to share with you, okay? I had this deep realization, and I wrote it on the whiteboard. And I wrote, mo money, mo freedom. And that impacted the crap out of me. And I realized, like, if I'm going to have the free life that I want, like, hey, work out when I want, go on vacation when I want, buy the things I want, live where I want, do the things I want, I gotta have money for that. And it's not like money is the destination. Money is the fuel for the vehicle, right? But it's not like we drive to the gas station every day. So at the end of the day, like, yes, money, mo freedom. Like, I want freedom. I think you want freedom. I think we all want freedom. My pursuit in all of this, just so you know, is that we can create more freedom in our lives. And that's gonna be the whole intention behind this whole YouTube channel, is like, how can we make more money? How can we have more freedom? We'll talk about sales, we'll talk about life, we'll talk about that pursuit of wealth, and we'll share it, and we'll be in the journey together. And at the end of the day, the goal is freedom, is it not? The goal is freedom. And if we can increase our income, we'll increase our freedom, we'll live a better life, and we'll live one life. It'll be a great life. So that's the point of this, guys. And if you like it, you love it, it can impact you in any way, shape, or form, share it, like it, subscribe. And my goal is that we can grow and become better together. And that's what's up. Thanks for watching.